Guild of Guardians is a mobile role-playing game which the player assembles a team of heroes. The player is always referred to as a commander. The main goal of the game is to continuously get better and level up your guardians. The player gets to guide a group of guardians throughout the game. Guardians are the characters which you can summon once you gain more experience. The player joins a group of commanders which will guide the player throughout the game. At the very start of the game, you start off with the guardian Leah. Leah is another commander. You are then given the choice between the characters Ferulia and Yelmar. Once you have unlocked many more heroes and dungeons, you can compete with other players with weekly leaderboards. Get a head start on in-game terminology in this short. Within Guild of Guardians, there is a specific jargon used within it. This video hopes to cover some of the basic jargon. Starting off with the most important. Guardians. Guardians are the characters that you collect and you guide the heroes throughout the dungeon, which is made up of rooms. Next is, what does dungeon mean? A dungeon is a set of game levels packaged within an area. The player is always referred to as a commander. That is the role of the player within the universe. Haven is basically the home base for the player. After each battle, when you die within the dungeon, you return back there. A room is a game level within the dungeon. Depending on the different game modes, there will be different amounts of rooms found within that area. Big disclaimer is that some of this information may be out of date due to some mechanics changing before global release. So I've downloaded Guild of Guardians. What now? This video is running through everything that happens on the first few days, information you need to know. Let's start off with actually creating my account. First of all, get an immutable passport. That way when you get an NFT or a hero who you aren't too fond of is worth a lot, you can sell it. After you do that, you get to decide what the name of your gamer tag is. The gamer tag will appear on the leaderboard. You next need to decide whether your character appears male or female. There isn't much of a difference in the outfits and no difference in skill. Next, you are thrust into the tutorial. Throughout the tutorial, pay close attention to how a turn runs. The turn will always have the same format. After you run through the entire tutorial run, you end up in Haven. Now you need to level up your heroes. Leveling up your heroes will make them able to get further within the game.
Okay, so you mentioned leaderboards. What are those?
Leaderboards are weekly rankings that pit players within different brackets against each other. The goal is to get as many points as possible. The company behind Guild of Guardians, Mindloader, describes the game as a mobile roguelite squad RPG, but what does that mean? This short will explain what each of those words mean and what the words mean in conjunction with each other. A mobile game refers to a game which runs on a mobile device such as a smartphone or a tablet. A mobile game can also run on an emulator on a computer. Roguelite refers to the dungeon crawler genre. This game is a dungeon crawler in all senses of the word. The game has multiple levels of gameplay. This game utilizes the strategy of fog of war within the different levels of the game. The word squad refers to the fact that within the game the commander assembles a group of guardians. RPG is short for role-playing game, and in this context the player controls the actions of multiple different characters within the different rooms. So now we know what each of the words mean. Now what do they mean in that sentence? Basically it means that this game is played on a mobile dungeon crawler where you create a group of guardians and guide throughout the different rooms. So I ran out of energy. What do I do? There are multiple ways to fill up your energy. First, if you have time, you can allow it to refill naturally. This will take a couple hours, but it is free and does not consume any items. Second, if you want to quickly do runs, check your inventory. You might have energy potions within your inventory. Third, you can buy energy with gems. Also, always make sure to click on anything you can so you can learn as much as possible. So you are stuck on a level, what do you do? Basically, you need to continue running the game until you are at or above the level for the area. All of your party needs to be at the required level. Re-upload for this. Should I sweep dungeons? The answer is maybe. If you are about to go to sleep and you have energy potions that would go to waste due to the energy potions filling up whilst you sleep, or you have a long shift ahead of you, then yes, do sweep dungeon. However, if you have time to run those dungeons, then you will get more items for your energy potions than you would for just sweeping the dungeons. Should I click on the little exclamation symbols? The answer is always yes. The exclamation symbol looks like what is currently on the screen. The game's always telling what is best for you to do. Always check on what exclamation symbols are there. On screen is what the symbols are from far away.
What is fusing? Fusing in short is basically putting three pieces of gear of the same type, such as a cloak, a chainmail, and an armor of the same level or rarity. Then a newer and better piece of gear will be created. That piece will be one of the different gear pieces with higher stats.
Have you clicked on the small question marks? If not, click on them and you get a gem reward. Always make sure to click on anything you can, because most likely you will get a reward. A guild is a way of promoting a sense of community within the game. Within a guild you can also get unique and rare rewards. Not much is known about what guilds are used for due to the release date of the importance of guilds in a few more months. At the moment you can join guilds, join the guild's chosen form of communication, donate and access the guild's store, which requires guild coins.